Rising Moons travelers. So as many of you guys know, these are the bane of the existence for anyone who has a Star Wars droid, Galaxy's Edge, Droid Depot Droid, because they leak inevitably. They get stored with the batteries in them for a long time, it damages them, and can cause serious issues. So one of the goals that I've had for a while is to convert over to these. These are 3.7 volt LiPo batteries. These happen to be 2,000 milliamp hours each. And the problem is that they make 3.7 volts, and if you connected two of them in series, right, you're still only getting 7.4 volts. So you're not really getting the 9 volts that the droid needs. So you have to change that somehow. So the other thing is fitment, right? Where are you going to put them? So I have managed to find some working components and some working things that from Amazon that was able to kind of hobble things together, and I will make a video afterwards showing the whole process once I complete like the testing and everything. But honestly, I'm so excited, I wanted to share it as soon as I possibly could. So you'll see here that it's closed now. It's not screwed shut, but it is closed, right? It fits basically. This is really hard to get it to fit in a BB-8. The tolerances are there. There's not a lot of room for anything other than what is actually in it. So I figured I would start with this and then move on to an R2 unit, which should have much more room to be able to store things in it. So one of the things that you'll notice first off is take the battery weight off there. Okay, there are 2 LiPo packs in there, and they are connected right now actually. So put that back on. Stupid magnets. Let me just get these out of the way. Okay, so like I said, it is really tight inside. And I will obviously need to clean up some of the cabling mess as well. But as you can see here, it's fully connected. Here, look. Right, it's on. All the motors work. Okay, and here's the best part. It's charging. So yeah, I will eventually find a way to route this USB to the outside somewhere using one of the the little headers and things like that you can get for USB-C, and it'll be USB-C chargeable at that point. But yeah, it like I said, it's working. And I need to put it into a ball and drive it around for a while, but it has plenty of power and torque. It's not short on amperage or anything like that, and nothing gets hot when you're using it. I've kind of run it through its paces, but I'll have to come up with something to hold the board obviously better than just kept on tape. But so there you are. It's finally gonna happen. Yeah, so it works. I'll be posting a video on I'll do probably a couple days of testing and stuff like that, and then I'll post a video on the Makerspace chat down there in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Discord server, and with basically the instructions, the part numbers. Like I said, I got all this stuff from Amazon, so it's all gettable. You can get it. The battery size is a little bit specific. I was actually trying to find a larger battery size. I was trying to get this thing to fit, because this would be awesome to have, basically 10,000 milliamp hours of battery life in your droid. It would just run forever. But I couldn't quite get it to fit in there, and then when I did get it to fit, these can't put out enough amps on their own. So I have to put 2 of them in, and then I don't have space for 2, so a little difficulty there. But a lot of trial and error went into this. Like I said, I'll be putting up the full parts list, tools, all the stuff that I use and everything to actually do the job. And then I'll probably make a video series of just kind of stepping through. You know, it does involve cutting your droid, you know, and it's a one-way, you know, modification. You'll notice here there's no battery. You know, the springs and the terminals are here, and then some of the little channels that hold the batteries apart from each other are also cut out, and then there's some holes drilled in certain very specific spots so you can reach things and stuff like that. But you know, the connectors and stuff like that is pretty standard. You know, it's a little bit of a cabling mess in there right now, but I think I can kind of straighten some things up by getting appropriately sized cables, or maybe just, you know, soldering them to the board in a different way or routing them in a different way. But we'll get all that stuff figured out when I make the walkthrough. So you know, this is awesome. Yeah, droid's resetting itself. It has a tilt mod in it, which still works. So yeah, as you can see here, the batteries are just kind of in there right now, right? They're nothing permanent yet. I literally just got this to work 10 minutes ago, so you know. All right, thanks.